AVU 25 News Now at 6.
Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Amaya Norman. A peaceful day at a local park turned into an unusual scene. A car ended up almost completely submerged in the water. 25 News Now reporter Trenton Whiting joined us with more details. Trenton.
Yes, Amaya. Authorities say a red 2018 GMC Yukon rolled right into the lake at Patriot Park. As you can see in this picture, the vehicle is almost entirely submerged at the bank. Police say the driver left the car without putting it in park before it drove itself into the water. Victoria County deputies got the call just before 1:30 this afternoon. An officer immediately entered the lake to search for the driver on arrival. Once police confirmed there was no one in the vehicle, they contacted the driver who was nearby. There was no evidence of foul play. Authorities haven't released further information on the driver, but police say the driver was unharmed. Amaya, back to you.
Thank you so much, Trenton, for that details. At least 7 migrants have died in the ICE custody so far this year. That's 5 fewer than last year. Democratic Representative Sheila McCormick says poor conditions at Florida facility may be partly to blame, claiming just one doctor serves over 500 detainees. ICE pushed back, calling her claims a deliberate attempt to discredit the agency. The death comes as President Trump ramps up deportation efforts. Since taking office, ICE says it's arrested over 66,000 undocumented immigrants and deported more than 65,000. And that leads us to your viewer poll this afternoon. What should ICE do to improve care for detainees, provide better medical services, improve facilities conditions, reduce detention overall, or not sure? And so far in the lead at 61% is not sure. Well, you still have time to participate in our viewer poll. Just come to our website at crossroadstoday.com/vote and we will have the latest here at 10. The Department of Homeland Security has released body cam footage of Newark Mayor Ras Baraka arrested at a federal immigration center. The video, with blur-faced, shows clashes between agents, protesters, and members of Congress. One clip appears to show Congresswoman LaMonica McMorvick pushing past agents to follow Baraka. Witnesses says he was trying to join lawmakers on a tour. DHS claims they illegally entered the facility. Baraka, released Friday night, denies any wrongdoing, saying he was there in his role as mayor. The mayor also says he is facing trespassing charges, which he will fight in court. In an interview with the CNN Saturday, the assistant DHS secretary says the investigation is ongoing and that there could be more arrests. Now let's go to Trey Mining with the first look at our forecast. Trey, how would our weekend be looking?
Well, looking very humid. Had a few rain showers out there currently this afternoon, and moving north to south across the region. Had a few in Victoria County earlier, mainly concentrated near Beeville and down to the coast, Rockport, Fulton area, and pushing offshore. After this moves on through, we dry up and heat up in a pretty big way. Get ready for some hot temperatures. We'll tell you the details coming up later on in the full forecast. Amaya?
Thank you, Trey. 30 years to life in prison. That's the sentence handed down for a San Diego teacher convicted of sexually abusing 2 male students. Austin Grabish has the story.
They ripped away their childhood.
Jacqueline Ma cried as she admitted to sexually abusing an 11 and 12-year-old. Both boys were students of the former teacher at Lincoln Acres Elementary School in National City.
I don't think it can be described any other way that the defendant groomed 2 different victims by herself.
The abuse started in 2020 and went on for years. In 2023, the mother of one of the boys noticed concerning behavior. She soon found inappropriate messages between Ma and her son.
He did not have a cell phone. He did not otherwise have access to the internet. But Miss Moss still found a way to communicate with him through tablets that were given from the school and through video games.
Ma's arrest in 2023 stunned parents and educators. Just a year earlier, she had been named San Diego's Teacher of the Year. Former students told us after her arrest that Ma spent a lot of time outside school hours with kids.
I would go to sports events and she would be there And I would say, Miss Ma, what are you doing here, And she's like, oh, I'm here to see a former student. And now I'm going through my head, like, how does she have contact with that student?
On Friday, Ma apologized to the victims' families, saying she was deeply ashamed.
And I lied to their faces while secretly abusing their sons.
Texas lawmakers hope to rein in homeowners' rising insurance bills, even as they acknowledge there's only so much they can do to tackle the costs. To read this full Texas Tribune article, visit our website at crossroadstoday.com. Now to the second radar outage in the week of Newark International Airport and what it could mean cutting back flights there. ABC's Phil has more.
This morning, the FAA is considering decreasing the number of flights in and out of Newark Liberty International Airport, according to a source with direct knowledge of the situation.
Structure 651, we just had another brief radar outage.
The amount of flights already down after 3 terrifying incidents at one of the nation's busiest airports. The most recent just before 4 a.m. Friday, air traffic control screens going dark for 90 seconds.
Our scopes just went black again.
Controllers forced to warn an incoming plane they might lose communication if the radars and radios fail again.
If you can't reach me, just stay at or above 3,000 until you're passing Morristown, and then you can just clear for the approach from there.
This happened in the middle of the night when there were very few airplanes. Someday it's going to happen where there's lots of bad weather and you'll have airplanes flying blind.
Passengers frustrated with delays and cancellations.
It's been a disaster. It's been a disaster, yeah.
Since last week, more than 1,100 flights have been canceled at Newark. Thousands more delayed after controllers went on medical leave following the first outage. This week, Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy calling for a multi-billion-dollar overhaul of the nation's air traffic control system, posting on X after the first incident that he looks forward to working with Congress to get the job done. The previous time frame, up to 15 years, Duffy now saying he wants to do it in 3 to 4. Friday morning, during the screen failure, air traffic controllers said this to the pilots of an incoming FedEx plane.
FedEx 1989, if you care about this, contact your airline and try to get some pressure for them to fix this stuff.
For more on today's news story, come to crossroadstoday.com. Don't forget to submit your birthday wishes. Carolina Estrain and Parker Cox will read them live on 25 News Now Sunrise. You can also submit a local military hero so we can recognize them. After days of deadly clashes, India and Pakistan agreed to a full ceasefire. But who really broke the deal? More details coming up.
Okay, sun being able to peek through the cloud cover we see here in the Crossroads region. 80 degrees on the outside with a northwesterly wind at 14 miles per hour, wind from the north. That's a drying wind that'll be able to cool us down a little bit and give us drier conditions, then hotter temperatures to come next week. How hot will it get? Find out in my full forecast.
Welcome back. After days of fighting, Pakistan and India have agreed to a full and immediate ceasefire. President Donald Trump and Secretary of State Marco Rubio both announcing the agreement on social media, with presidents saying talks were mediated by the United States. The Foreign Minister of India and Pakistan also confirmed the ceasefire agreement, saying it went in effect at 5 p.m. local time. But India Ministry of Information and Broadcasting said the two countries negotiated directly. India said at least 16 civilians have been killed since the attack began, and Pakistan said at least 31 people died after India launched airstrikes Thursday in Pakistan-administered Kashmir. Turning to President Trump trade war as U.S. and Chinese officials meet in Switzerland this weekend. President Trump suggested he's open to lowering tariffs on China, but the White House remains cautious, downplaying expectations. ABC's Selena Wang is in Washington with the latest.
This morning, high-stakes trade talks underway between American and Chinese officials in Switzerland as President Trump suggests he could lower his 145% tariffs on Chinese goods. Writing on social media, 80% tariff on China seems right. China has previously demanded Trump first remove tariffs before coming to the negotiating table. But the White House says China needs to make concessions first.
The president still remains with his position that he is not going to unilaterally bring down tariffs on China. As for the 80% number, that was a number the president threw out there, and we'll see what happens this weekend.
Overnight, the president was asked if he'll be disappointed if his team comes back without a deal.
No, not at all, because we already made a great deal. We're not doing business with China right now.
China remains defiant, saying this meeting is at the request of the United States. China firmly opposed the indiscriminate imposition of tariffs by the U.S. side.
Now Republicans released a bare-bone version of their tax bill Friday, and the cuts are modest. The plan is pretty much a reauthorization of the 2017 tax bill. It will increase the standard deduction for an individual by $1,500 and $3,000 for married couples. It will also increase the tax credits for each child by $500. Those changes will last until 2028. The plan also increases the amount businesses can deduct from 20% to 22%. Now, this is just the first version of a bill coming out now before a key vote next week. It doesn't include many issues the House Ways and Means Committee is still hammering out. More details could emerge before that committee marks up the bill Tuesday. We continue our coverage of the historic election of Pope Leo XIV, the first American to be elected leader of the Catholic Church. The pontiff getting ready to deliver his first Sunday Mass at St. Peter's Square.
This morning, Pope Leo XIV meeting with cardinals following his historic election. On Friday, the first American pope in the church's 2,000-year history, holding his first Mass as Pope in the Sistine Chapel on his first full day as leader of the Catholic Church and opening his homily in English.
I know I can rely on each and every one of you to walk with me as we continue as a church, as a community of friends of Jesus, as believers, to announce the good news, to announce the gospel.
Cardinals clapping as he left the chapel. Some speaking out now about that secretive conclave that elected then Cardinal Robert Francis Prevost as Pope.
Then I walked back and I took a look at Bob, and because his name had been floating around, and he had his head in his hands. And then when he accepted it, it was like he was made for it.
His brother John echoing that sentiment and speaking to our Alex Perez.
Some people play school or some people play army. He played priest and we had to go to Mass. The ironing board was the altar.
Our James Longman caught up with Cardinal Bo from Myanmar.
Are you excited to have the first American Pope?
Yes, good, so that you can
build a bridge.
Or can have a conversation, dialogue with Trump.
On Thursday, more than 150,000 people packing St. Peter's Square to witness history. Catholic Americans celebrating this historic moment from classrooms in Chicago to Villanova University, the Pope's alma mater.
On Sunday, Pope Leo will lead a prayer from the central balcony of St. Peter's Basilica behind me, and on Monday, he will meet with members of the press. Inez de la Quatera, ABC News at the Vatican.
Yamaha is recalling nearly 40,000 power adapters due to burn and fire risk. These adapters sold with Yamaha digital pianos and music workstations can overheat and ignite. The recall affects model PA300C, sold between September 2010 and November 2014, both in stores and online. 4 reports of smoking or burning have been received, though no injuries have been reported. Yamaha is offering free replacements, and consumers are urged to stop using and unplug the adapters. Experience our digital streaming service, Crossroads Today Plus. Stream our daily newscasts and much more using your connected TV. Just download Crossroads Today Plus on your Roku, Amazon Fire TV, Apple TV, or Android TV. Search Crossroads Today Plus.
Take a review of the day. 83 degrees was the high in Victoria, low 60 degrees. Cool start this morning, below normal for our normal low, and a little bit of rainfall we had earlier. Any more in our forecast? Heat's definitely in the forecast. We'll give you details on that coming up after the break. Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Trey Mining here, and temperatures, well, we started off the morning time with temperatures in the 60s, nice and cool feel to the air. Heated up pretty nicely, even though we had some cloud cover in the area. Highs today in the 80s, and we expect to cool down again tonight with dry air working in. 60s, maybe even a few 50s coming up for early tomorrow morning around the region, especially north of Victoria. Then heating up again for your day tomorrow with sunny skies anticipated for us around here. And looking at the radar, well, we see a few rain showers and storms there, especially west of Victoria, moving toward the Corpus Christi area, kind of coming in north to south across the region. Low pressure to our east. Circulation around that brought this little area of instability into the Crossroads region and gave us the rain showers that we had. Had a few in Victoria County earlier, mainly concentrated from about Beeville to Mathis area to Corpus Christi, Rockport, Fulton, out into the Gulf of Mexico. And that's to continue to work toward the south and not bothering us any around here. A few rain showers near San Antonio, but we're drying out and we'll be heating up next couple of days for sure. Coming up, look at the rest of the evening. We're quieting down. Once we lose the daytime heat, the instability will be out of the picture. Northerly winds still continuing to bring in that dry air in our region here, giving us a nice clear night tonight with cool temperatures to start and sunny skies for day tomorrow. Those sunny skies are going to continue to be the trend for the next several days and really revving up the heat with those northerly winds and the more heat-induced atmosphere coming up as high pressure builds in from the west. Low pressure to the east, moving away. Instability around the low still gave us a few rain showers that we had earlier today and still having in the parts of the Crossroads region. That's moving to the east and moving out of the state of Texas. High pressure to the west, building in, and it's going to stay a while and keep us on the hot side, keep the rain away from us. So sunny skies are going to continue for our region here, coming up for the next several days down the road. So get ready to turn those air conditioners on if you haven't already, because you'll be needing them. Victoria, tomorrow morning, sunny skies, few clouds in the early morning hours. High temperatures will in the mid-80s. We should be in the mid-80s coming up every day tomorrow with sunny conditions as well. And Coral, a few clouds in the morning time, otherwise mostly sunny skies to enjoy. High temperatures about 84, 85 degrees by 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Port Lavaca along the bayfront, partly cloudy skies in the morning time, sunny skies by the afternoon. And nice day, 84 degrees, 85, right around in there for the daytime high. An extended forecast for us here. You kind of get the picture here. We're keeping the sunny skies in place. No rain anticipated for us. But look at the high temperatures, mid to 95, 96 degrees coming up by the middle part of the week, lasting to the weekend. So definitely the summertime is here and staying a while. Lows in the 50s to start off tomorrow morning early, and then 60s and 70s for low temperatures coming up for the next several days of next week. So get ready for the heat. It's going to be on. Stay hydrated and stay cool out there. Take a look at this right here to keep connected with us. What you need to do is scan the QR code you see there on your screen. That'll take you to a web page. You can download our app, news, weather, and sports at your fingertips. Very easy, convenient, and have on your phone to be connected with us. And what a nice surprise, we got Max Williams in the house with sports.
Yeah, I was right there, Trey. Right, again, a little different, right? Ray's getting the day off. So again, what we're talking though today, the area around baseball playoffs here in the Crossroads. So we'll provide you some of today's up-to-date scores just in a few minutes in sports. Happy Saturday evening here at Crossroads. To start our sports block today, we're going to look ahead to the 2025-2026 Cuero football schedule here. It's going to start here in 3 months. So the Gobblers, again, to start their season, they're going to face top-ranked team from last season there in the Columbus Cardinals. That's going to be on August 29th. And the Gobblers, they're going to face non-district opponent in Yoakum. That was a great game last year. It's going to be home there on September 12th. And then they travel Corpus Christi Miller there the next week following that game. And then they'll start up district play at Rockport Fulton High School. That'll be October 10th for the Gobblers. Fans, I'm going to post that full schedule out there for CrossroadsToday.com so you can check it out there on our sports page there later now. Now, enough of football, right? These past 3 months, that's 3 months away, right? But going over to more baseball action here in the Crossroads, playoffs are heating up right now. We're going to start there. The Shiner Comanches baseball team, they traveled out to Karn City earlier today, this morning, to play Fall City Beavers, and heading into this one, Comanches won game one, 7-1. They needed to win this game here to kind of get a clean sweep, and they did. They won 12-0. They got big production all over from the bats. So Comanches now, they're going to wait to face the Bartlett Bulldogs or the Milano Eagles. That's going to be in the regional semifinal round. Now over to Victoria West. The Warriors, they faced the Henderson Hawks there earlier in game 2 in Pflugerville. They won this game 4-1, and I just got an update here. They had to play winner-take-all game 3, and right now they are down 9-0 there over Hendrickson. So they have to win that game to keep their season alive. We'll see maybe if something changes there going into our 10 o'clock show later on. Now over to some 4A action with the El Campo Ricebirds. They face the #1 ranked team in 4A in the Callan Wildcats, and this one was a tough one there for El Campo. They lost this game 3-2, and the Ricebirds, they got some big production in the 7th inning, but just wasn't enough, and the Ricebirds season there will come to an end. Now over to the Victoria Gators, where one of the stars for the team there, and Bladen Tompkins, signed to go play football at Schreiner University, and Tompkins played quarterback there for the Gators. Was a big part of their success this season, so congrats there to Bladen. Again, wish him luck out in the next level. And then finally here, after 11 years in the NFL, New Orleans Saints quarterback Derek Carr is retiring. In a statement he released there Saturday by the team, Carr made his decision to hang up his helmet officially again early this year as a significant shoulder injury that kind of threatened the upcoming 2025 season. So kind of worked on this closely, had the doctors look at a path forward in the NFL career. There's with the Raiders, and then obviously they went to Las Vegas, and the Saints organization apparently did not have the plan to get it for him. So they do have a backup plan, though, and they selected quarterback Tyler Shutt for the quarterback in the NFL draft, which I know one of our friends over here in Amaya knew that she kind of wanted. She's a New Orleans fan. She wanted to see if they wanted to get Shedeur Sanders, so give it to the Saints, but then he went to the Browns in the 5th round. So I don't know, Amaya, they might be regretting it there for New Orleans for sure.
Hey, we will see. You know, they had the opportunity, but we will see. That's crazy, though. But time to grab your putters and your sense of humor. Saturday is National Miniature Golf Day. Who needs a caddy when you're aiming for a windmill and dinosaurs? Coming up. Grab your cell phones and scan this QR code. This is a quick response code to download the Crossroads Today app. You can watch us anytime, anywhere, get breaking news alerts, and vote in our viewer polls. Submit news tips and photos, and you will know all about our ongoing contests. Looking for some caddy-free fun this weekend? Saturday is National Miniature Golf Day. Mini golf, also known as a putt-putt or goofy golf, I did not know that, adds a fun twist to regular golf with windmills. Now, drawbridge and more. The game dates back over 100 years with the first standardized courses made in North Carolina in 1916. Check local courses for possible deals. And if you play, don't forget to share your picks with the hashtag National Mini Golf Day. Okay. You know, I like little mini golf. I can't play golf. It is fun. I can't play golf, but I like to go out and you know, feel like I'm doing something. Like when you hit
there you go, yeah.
I like to feel like I'm doing something.
Yeah, I mean, it's something different than playing golf.
Than playing real golf. I'm not with the big boys, but I'm with the little boys. So, Shay, how would our weather be looking?
Well, seeing a little bit of rain out there this afternoon, but it's going away after sunset tonight, and then we start a dry and hot period of time coming up for the next several days. Sunny skies all day long, each day. You see high temperatures in the mid-90s. Ooh, it's hot. Low temperatures near 70 degrees. So this summertime is coming in a big way.
Yeah, it is coming in a big way. So make sure you guys stay hydrated. But thank you for joining us. We hope you'll be with us tonight for 25 News Now weekends at 10. See you.